nobody knows how your mind is, how you gonna know? How they gonna know? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Damn. You know.
This is why he has a show. This is why he has a platform, a partnership. This is why he has a whole network.
Yeah,
we need to hear the things that you're saying, Dave. I'm pretty sure it's frustrating, like how elevated in thought you are, and some people are just not there yet.
That's why I smoke weed.
Just help you out.
You know how they got the saying, like, well, who heals the healer, right? Like, who's there for the healer? Like, Dame, I feel like you constantly drop gems on everybody, but who inspires you, Dame, bro? Like, where do you get your, I don't want to say messages from, but like, who kind of takes you to that next level where you can then pass on these gems like you do to us, and you constantly been doing?
I'm just inspired by the world. A lot of things. Life makes me curious. You know, Dash. My name is Dash. You know, the day you're born and the day you die, that dash in between is the life. That's me. I'm life. And, you know, I just like information. I like to know things. I like to make myself better. You know, again, I just want to. I can't know everything. You know, the minute you think you know everything, you're a moron. Just the more you know, the more you know you don't know. You know what I'm saying? So we gotta remember something. We only use like 8% of our brain. We don't even know how to use the other 92%. Now, if we could do this much with 8%, unconsciously, what do you think the rest of our brain has the potential to do?
It's powerful.
So you gotta just put it on cruise code. You might not be conscious of your power, but it's there. You know? I just try to tap into that other 98%, that other 91% or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? I want to know. I know I can heal myself. I know I can see the future. I know I can time travel. You know, we just don't know we can, but I know I can. Everything they tell us I can't do, it means I can. They only telling me I can't do it because they don't want me to believe I can do it. So you can't listen to what everybody else says because they're controlling program to keep programming. And it's been a great trick the way, you know, because you gotta remember, like thousands of years ago, people actually sat and really thought about the trajectory of culture and how to control and how to control it. You understand what I'm saying? So all these little things that we do, the patterns, the programming, that's the reason why I have a television network, so I can deprogram the world. Because the day you're born, it's called deprogramming. The day you're born, you gotta be scared to die. And everybody dies, so you can't be scared of it. You know what I'm saying? You're just taught to be scared of everything. You're taught to eat flesh, no matter how disgusting it is, no matter if you know it's due to a pus or anything on it. Just think aside because you're taught that. You know, the proper interpretation of the name Jesus is Yahshua. Jesus is a European interpretation of the name. Now, why the hell would something that happened, nothing that didn't happen in Europe, why would we change it to a different name? And if God's name is really Yahshua and everyone's calling him Jesus, that's like everybody saying, yo, I worship or I love, I appreciate you, Damien Dash, and I'd be like, thank you, but my name's not Damien. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't give you the proper props. I'd be like, you can't really be f***ing with me if you calling me by the wrong name.
You don't know me for real.
Right. So you can't trust your oppressor to give you food, to give you religion, or any of those things because it's only given to you to control you. Only thing you can pay attention to is the truth. Not the way the truth makes you feel. It's just the truth, no emotion. If something ain't right, if it don't make sense, just because everybody doing it, that just means don't do it.
Right.
So my thing is, I'm just always going to do the opposite of what generally they tell us how to live, all that shit. Anybody that had a slave cannot pass a law. But most of the laws that are passed, or the old laws that still exist now, were passed by men that had slaves. So how could any of them be right? How could any education that was distributed through someone that had slaves, how can that be right? Because they're only trying to teach you to be a slave. How could it be right to take religion from somebody that had a slave? Whoever had a slave most likely treated women terrible. They were f***ed up. So ain't nothing that they do that they did I'm listening to. But we still live by the same rules of the people that made those rules that had slaves. So the question is, how do we keep them slaves? You don't think when you know we came through, they was like, look how strong they are. How we gonna control them? What we gonna do? We gotta get in their brain. We gotta make them think they weak. We gotta make them think they need us. We gotta make them think they gotta fight each other to protect us. Like they gotta think us. They gotta think we are the plug. That's what the other culture does. It's a good program. I'm not mad at it. I'm mad at me if I believe that. I'm mad at me if I live by my oppressor's rules. I ain't gonna break no laws, but I ain't gonna live by those rules. You're not gonna tell me when to
question it.
You're not gonna tell me. You're not gonna tell me when to party. You're not gonna tell me when to go on vacation. How the f is a joint supposed to relax 2 days a week and work 5?
Yeah, you should talk to our bosses, bro. That thing is.
Well, first of all, that should come out your vernacular. Don't ever say you got a boss. You don't want to do that. Yeah, not even, because your boss has a boss. He's not a boss. He's your supervisor.
Right.
Your boss don't own this.
Dave.
No. I know. Now you know what? Because I'm over here to get fired. And but you're right. You're right. Well, I'm not gonna call you. Whatever, man. We moving on. He's damn right.
No, Dave, you know what I love? Like, one of my favorite things about you, and I think an example that you set, is that you're going to walk with intention. Where you move next, you're going to choose to move there. And I think we're all moving in general. We're all moving towards the path. The difference is some of us are moving with intention, so we know where we're going, and some of us are just moving to the way that they move us and guide us to.
A lot of us are moving for survival.
Yeah.
And when you're playing survival, that's checkers. Yeah. It's hard to play chess when you're trying to survive. You know what I mean? You're trying to pay the bills. You can't really be like, I want to save up and buy something, I'll invest. That's where that extra work comes in. Again, they make us a slave to the dollar, not a slave to the love. I'm a slave to the love, not the dollar.
Yo, just hearing you speak for these last couple minutes makes me realize, like, when you had that legendary moment with the Def Jam jackets, or when you went on the radio and you were talking about bosses and you had that whole flow, like, that whole moment, at the time, maybe everybody was like, oh, okay, what's Dame talking about? Maybe some people thought Dame was wilding, but you see it now. You see people take ownership.
Take contracts now,
yeah.
Like the social media ownership,
you see,
like that. Yeah.
Kanye's whole movement. Yeah. Like, dang, that's you preaching that to people, bro. And just like a lot of sometimes we might not get it. You gotta take time. You're the one that's fighting. You're the one that's taking all the jabs and the insults, but really ahead of your time when it comes to all that, bro. You've been preaching this.
Are you time traveling?
Yeah, you time traveling. That was the lead up. Says you can't time travel.
I do time travel. You want time travel? Want me to show you how to do it?
Look.
Alright. Because you're doing it and you don't realize it. So you're on my spaceship, right? I'm going to go in reverse. So all you got to do is visualize everything that you did already, right? So I did the Rockefeller thing. I know the fight things, the old things I went through. This is where I'm at. I went to my past and I said, look, I'm not going to do this, that, and the third again because I want to be better. Now we're back to the present. Wow.
Memories, time travel.
Now now let's go to the future. I'm dreaming. My future is my dream. I can visualize it very well. Right. Bigger than Disney, bigger than Netflix, tours, festivals, part of things like the OSG, 150 Black Principles. I see all of us implementing education, changing everything, but being wealthy enough to help people without being hurt myself, right? That was the future. Can you visualize that? Can you see it? Can you see all of that? Now, boom, you're back in the present. Now, I know where I want to go. I saw it. I know what I want to be. I know what I want to be doing. But I got to find the right path to get there. I got to make sure that I don't get hurt or detoured or distracted. Yeah. So now that I went to the future, I can actually think about every single thing that I can do to get there faster and everything I can eliminate to get there quicker and who I want out of my life. You know what I'm saying? So now we're back. So we just time traveled.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
And that's the power of our mind. People don't really get that we're doing that every day.
Yeah.
But you got to time travel to your future to see what you really want it to look like.
Yep.
So
and walk with intention
now, when y'all time travel, 5 years, what do you visualize your life? And if it looks like what you're doing now, you're not thinking or dreaming or time traveling right in my spaceship. Go 5 years, go forward. Because I went 5 years, I told you what my 5 years is going to look like. Now, tell me what yours is going to look like.
All right, so I moved to the future. This job is just a job. Whether I'm here or whatever. Syndicated. Let's be syndicated.
Not to get fired.
No, I'm not going to get fired. I'm super syndicated. Okay, but as a man, Teddy, as a Latino man, I own my own businesses. I would love to own my own production company. I think what we're saying is when you plan your future, you start at the end, and then you work your way backwards.
Right.
That way, like Dane was saying, you make the moves necessary. So,
But wait. I want to get back to your dream though.
Okay.
What was your dream?
I want to own my own production company. I want to start producing films like for Latinos and use Latino comedians and Latino actors and actresses to put on Latino films.
So are you visualizing right now you getting those Oscars or whatever awards and you going to those screenings and you also make... Here's another thing in your dream. How big do you want your house to be in 5 years? What car do you want to be driving in 5 years? What jet do you want? What yacht do you want? Because you better be thinking that big.
If you want another awesome video in our Black Excellence series, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.